podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching every movie on the top 250 movies of all time list, according to IMDb. You can go to our website, mission250filmcast.com, where we have our list frozen. All the other episodes are there, too. You can see what's coming up next. I am one of your hosts, Denny, and joining me are...
John?
And TC.
And John, would you want to describe what we do on this podcast each week?
Yeah. Well, like a year and a half ago, we decided to do a podcast, and we were looking for something to do. So Denny came up with the idea of going through the top 250 IMDb films as rated by the users in reverse order. So at the time, we froze the list, and we've been basically doing one a week since then. We watch the film. We do this podcast. Denny and TC and I give our opinions and discuss things. Denny has lots of facts and trivia, and that's about it.
It is. Yep. This week, we are watching number 159, which is the 1939 movie Gone with the Wind, directed by Victor Fleming and secretly directed by George Cukor. The synopsis is: a manipulative woman and a roguish man conduct a turbulent romance during the American Civil War and Reconstruction periods. And yeah, it's my turn to go first this week.
Thank God.
Yeah. This
longest movie in the whole list,
Ever.
right?
Yes, longest movie ever. And boy, is it long.
It's yeah.
I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to hate it.
That's good.
But I got a lot of problems. I mean, it's certainly a mixed bag at the very least.
It is morally problematic.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
racist
All over the place.
There's racism in the movie, and I'm not sure what position they're trying to take. Like, they glorify the South in a lot of different ways.
Oh,
I'm
God,
like,
yeah.
wait a minute. Like, what? I know they're trying to, take a snapshot of history, like, for these people.
Or show
but,
a perspective.
Yeah, but then they make, like, the North the enemies, and it's just very... I didn't know I was making any of that stuff myself.
Yeah.
Or what, like, the directors were going for, or why this is such a popular book and a movie still. It's 4 hours long. The acting was really bad, like, almost entirely. They won, like, a lot of... I mean, this is a super old movie. I thought that Vivien Leigh was pretty bad the entire time. She won an Oscar. I thought that Clark Gable just mugged for the camera. He's like, hey, look at my eyebrows. Hey, look at me.
I'm a rascally rogue.
Yeah. Oh, I'm smiling. Here, slap me. I'm smiling at you. People are dying. I'm smiling over here.
It made me think a lot of George Clooney in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes. Dude,
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Yep, that's what I thought too.
I don't know if that's what George Clooney was going for or what, but
He did a good job if he was, because that's what this guy's doing. There's only a couple parts that I thought the acting was good. And I don't know what you guys thought, but like the scene where the guy's like about to get his leg cut off.
yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty good.
I was like shocked that this movie's rated G. There's nudity in it. Someone gets shot in the head. They show it. There's there's marital rape in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what to
But
make.
it's happy rape, Denny. I mean, that's the
she woke up and she was very
satisfied.
satisfied with the rape. So, I mean, that's good.
That weird. That was I was the most weirded out at that part. Like, what? Why is she? Is there going to explain why she's so happy now? Because I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And then I was like, oh, but he raped her, and now he's leaving. What? He's leaving the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just a bunch of parts, just like that doesn't make very much sense. There were a bunch of dirty jokes that I'm sure you guys picked up on. Like, I can't believe it's a G-rated movie. It probably should have been rated R.
Maybe they just. I mean, I don't know if they retroactively can rate them. So
there wasn't a rating system back then.
They gave it a G.
Oh,
so I don't know. I just wonder about if that's kind of the case. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They had to definitely go back and retroactively rate it, but they decided
to give
to
it
do
the
that
G,
whenever.
Yeah,
that it was G, which is weird. They must have gotten an hour through and be like, oh, it's just a bunch of weirdos playing dress up.
It's a classic. It's good.
Yeah. This is sounding very negative, and it's going to keep sounding negative. The first hour, I thought I was going to hate it. Like, I thought I was going to hate it the worst of any movie we've ever seen.
I was thinking the same thing. That's funny. Yeah.
Because all it is in the first hour is like I hate people who dress like that. I hate, slavery. Just like these assholes with their noses up in the air, having barbecues and fighting. Like, she's a slut. She's like stealing other people's men. She's a horrible person.
Called her a slut.
Can you not use the word slut anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I mean,
she's a slut. She's a loose
I can't
little
agree
lady.
with you more.
Yeah.
Well,
loose
I mean,
lips.
it's more not so much the the physical part of it, although she would marry whoever, but it was more about this emotional sort of
that
like
that was annoying to me that she was
didn't
just
want
like
other
marry
people to be
whatever.
happy.
Yeah.
It was almost like seeing the other person's happiness made her want that, and so then she convinced herself she wanted Ashley, for example.
Yeah, I don't know why
For
she
some
wanted
unknown
Ashley.
reason.
Ashley was old as hell.
That guy was weird looking too.
Yeah.
He was ugly as shit.
He's like a skinny old Michael
He
Fassbender.
was a nice guy, though. He was nice.
Skinny old Michael Fassbender? No, anybody?
Sure, we'll go with that. Whatever.
Yeah, sounds good.
let's carry
With
on.
yellow
It's a
hair?
very-
I'll make fun
very
of
modern
anyone.
reference.
Yeah.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
We'll
Denny.
allow it. Okay, this is going to be a rough one. Hope you didn't like this
it
movie,
is going to
everybody.
be a brutal one.
What else? There's a lot to talk about. I don't know. I could ramble on for a while. What do you? I mean, it sounds like you guys didn't like it that much either. What do you say?
I trying to be
I'm
nice.
impressed you made. Were you ever tempted to hit to take your mulligan on this one, TC? Or?
No, I knew that this was the hardest one, so can't be the mulligan.
That's true.
Yeah.
I gotta
That's fair.
like hate it bad.
Yeah.
And this one was like, if it's 4 hours long, I gotta try.
Yeah.
I gotta try.
Yeah.
So I sat there and I begrudgingly watched the whole thing yesterday, and it was awful. I just remember
Did you like
why,
any of it?
I think I was talking to my friend at one point, and she was asking me about the movie, and I was just like, I mean, this is kind of a cute scene. I like relayed some dialogue, and then like something else dumb happened. I was like, and that's that. Back to hating it.
Yeah.
There'd be like little bits and pieces that were, I don't know, relevant, I guess, still in human interaction, but that was about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a tough time.
Yeah,
I had a
dude.
tough time even paying attention.
Me
I was
too.
watching it, but it was like I'd
Yeah.
find myself like being distracted and then like talking to my friend for a second. I'm like, oh fuck. Like now I gotta rewind it. Like we can't keep talking because I can't keep rewinding.
You're turning this 4 hour long movie into a 6 hour long movie.
Exactly. Like a huge long process here. So
Hey, John, what do you say?
Anybody watch it in one sitting?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I had two marathon sittings.
I feel like I wish I had remembered it was 4 hours long before Sunday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah, we did
I
Saturday
remember-
afternoon and then Sunday afternoon.
I remember
Yeah.
texting my mom like, wait, why is this movie 4 hours? And then I got hit back to like elementary school where they would show this movie.
They showed it
Oh.
in elementary school?
Maybe middle school. We'll go middle. I don't know. I'm not good with time. We know this. I just remember.
I actually
remember,
didn't know
like,
that. That's a pretty broad little statement right there.
I
Time,
actually,
me, not
yeah,
friends.
Yeah, me, time, addition, math, subtraction, none of it. Don't know it. Don't got it. I have nothing.
If it's got numbers in it, it doesn't like me.
If it has a lot of things, I'm not good at it. So let's just start it out there. But anyways, I definitely remember like kids talking about this movie when I was younger because they had to sit through it in history class.
Did any of them like it?
Who likes this movie when you're a kid? I didn't even like it as an adult. There's no
Yeah.
way you're liking it as a kid.
I would agree with that, yeah.
But it definitely doesn't teach very good shit
No.
for kids.
no,
to,
I don't think there's any good morals there.
What's the
Like,
point
I'm
of the movie? Like, what is the...
Right. I'm glad that you asked that because I had that queued up.
It's
I was like, I'm not
meandering
quite
as
sure
hell.
what this movie is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really.
really. I think it's really interesting. Like you have your lead character is not a good person.
Right.
It's a little bit interesting to watch this collapse or this sort of mess that's being made. And to that extent, I guess there's some entertainment there. Sort of like it's somewhat engaging to just kind of see what a mess the whole thing is. And then you have Rhett Butler, who's also not a good person. I mean, so the two leads are not nice people.
Yeah.
And yet we're sort of supposed to root for them, I guess.
I don't know if we are, because they're
I don't
pretty...
know.
They're pretty awful
Yeah.
people. Like, there's no
Yeah.
question about it.
Yeah, so
I don't know
it's
what-
just strange. I mean, I don't. Why
Yeah,
would you? Why would
it's
you want to?
strange.
Why would you want to make this film? And then I guess so. I guess if you want to glorify the South, then why not have good people be the leads in
Yeah,
that or something?
right.
I don't know. Like if that was the goal.
Because even people who might still be like now or whatever, or back then pro-slavery, they would still think these people are assholes.
Right.
Right. So,
I would hope.
But again, I don't. It's just really strange. I don't know. Maybe watching that, just the mess of these people, even and at the same time, like especially if, I guess if you're a Southerner at the time, like just giving you this good feeling about all this stuff, and then seeing this mess, you get to like feel good about yourself and feel proud of your heritage. So it's like win-win. I don't know.
I
Like,
guess.
well, I'm not an asshole like these people. and yeah, go south. I
So
don't
you
know.
think everybody that
So-
voted for this movie is a Southerner?
No, but there's just the classic. Now it's a classic, right? You know,
Yeah, dude, this is, if it's adjusted for
I guess
inflation,
so.
this would be the highest grossing movie of all time. And the book
Right.
is one of the highest grossing books of all time.
right.
So this is
So
popular
there
as
you go.
hell.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like my friend last night was like, it's a horrible book. It's a horrible movie. So who are these people that
but,
like
but
it?
it's so well loved. I don't understand. I mean,
Are they afraid to go against like a Hollywood classic? Is that what it is?
But how did it become a
don't know.
Hollywood classic? Because
I don't
people
know.
liked it. It made so much
Yeah.
money. Like
it.
people were going to
Truly-
see it again and again.
I mean, there was. I mean, so part of it is there wasn't anything like this at the time in terms of the scope and spectacle and
Color.
all of that. Yeah. So there's that for one thing, and really like the scene with all the bodies laid out, that was pretty impressive, right?
Agreed.
Man, that was
The burning buildings looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were actual like burning. They were burning like old stage lots
Yeah.
as part of this. I mean, it was like real burning buildings.
It looked like it. It looked like it was projected behind him, but they definitely like, it wasn't like miniatures. It was, you could tell
right.
it was real
to scale.
size.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So part of it might be the whole spectacle. Part of it's this. It's just a very romantic movie. Like it's just like it just romanticizes the times and the place and makes you, I guess, if you're willing to go along with it, that there was this nostalgic great time and this tragedy happened.
But the only romance in the actual movie is that between Ashley and what's her name's sister, right?
Right.
It's like the
'cause
only real
they're
love
actually-
that shows itself.
Right.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
other one, she didn't even love him. She said it like 8,000 times.
Yeah.
No, they were really twisted people.
Yeah, brutal. And they're wasting everyone's time.
Yeah.
Typical situation.
And not only was it like trying to make revisionist about the process of slavery, but how it portrays black people as if they're either just kind of like comedic entertainment or happy in their roles or just dumb.
Yeah, like when
Or
the,
like straight up keeping the whole thing together.
Well, right.
Like
There's the Mandy character who
Right?
like it's sort
She's
of like at
like their
least
mom.
she's given a spine and given smarts, and that's great, I guess. But it's just a very, very odd thing. Like why I agree. I'm just kind of perplexed watching it. Like why is this so revered?
why is this
and-
good?
and-
Tell
Right,
me,
yeah.
please.
Somebody,
'Cause-
because I don't know why. Because I
Yeah.
didn't get anything out of watching this other than like, God, thank God it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever see a movie to deal with rape so callously.
Yeah.
As
I mean,
if it was no
it
big
didn't even-
deal.
It wasn't even
Yeah.
anything. It wasn't
No.
good or bad. It
Oh
was
no,
just,
no, it was good.
Was it?
She was happy.
That's
That's
true.
one of the happiest times we've seen Scarlett. Did her good.
yeah,
it's
it's
so
true.
fucked
And the
up.
seduction was like that also like, the girl don't like you. You kiss her, right?
Oh
It's like,
my
you ever
God.
been
I
kissed
was
like
getting
this?
really, I remember sitting there being like, and this is why women hate men. Right? I mean, literally, this is like the quintessential fucking Hollywood dude. You just kiss him and go for it. And then I'm
You
thinking to
grab him
myself,
by the shoulder and you shake him a
This
little
is
bit.
considered a very romantic thing. So
and
it's
I'm
kind
sitting
of,
here being like,
there's
well, I'm always
fantasies,
friend zone. Is it because I'm just not going and kissing him? Like, what's the deal here?
I wouldn't-
right?
I wouldn't
And it's
risk it,
like, don't
dude.
do
You'd
that.
get
You don't
arrested
do that
these days.
anymore. Yeah.
Not in this day and age. But there's a romanticism.
Can you
about
imagine
it.
if this
So, I
movie
mean,
get
to be-
made
yeah.
now? It would
They
be
wouldn't.
like, it would be hated by everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be.
Sorry, John.
No, but there's also romanticism. I mean, you have like the Twilight series and things like that, where if you look at it from more of like a respect to women kind of perspective, it's kind of horrible. And yet they're very much loved by lots of women. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's kind of these romantic fantasy elements to it that if you try to apply it to real world, then it just seems absurd, and that's fine. There's just it's considered kind of a romantic fantasy kind of thing. But then even then, it's just strange because they're both such bad people. It's like so it's hard unless it's just sort of like this kind of like wallowing in kind of villainy and just being psychologically messed up, and just having some sort of recognition of that because we're all like flawed and everything. So maybe that can sort of resonate a little bit, and it can be kind of refreshing to watch these really messed up characters. But yeah, I don't know.
Because it's like they're more
very-
messed up than we are.
Yeah, and you feel kind of good about yourself, but also kind of root for him a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked, the kind of roguish character that we get like different flavors of, whether it's Han Solo or it's like the Godfather kind of thing, or you've got these bad people that are also kind of swashbuckling, like Rhett Butler's character, and maybe he was one of the first ones to be like that, to kind of set the stage for that kind of character, that rogue, that sort of lovable rogue. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't even know why he wanted Scarlett in the first place, given how much he claimed to know exactly who she was. Then he had to know what he was getting himself into if he really knew her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
don't
very
know.
confused too, because like her motivation, the entire movie was that she was in love with Ashley. But
Yeah.
her Ashley was contingent on the fact that she had a chance with him at some point, which I didn't get until they explained it when like his wife died. And he's like, yeah, I'm
Right.
going to love your dead sister or whatever still. And then
Right.
that didn't really make any sense to me. I don't understand her as a character pretty much. I don't relate to her at all.
No,
Yeah.
nor should you really. I mean, nobody
no,
should.
I mean,
Just
I could kind
really
of, I guess
messed up.
I'll take that
Yeah.
back. You can kind of, or at least some of the parts where she was like kind of doing business with the North after the war to survive. I could kind of see some of that, even though it was still a pretty bad thing to do.
Right.
But like
I mean,
none of
that's
the-
just like survival stuff right,
Right.
there. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could. Yeah.
But it wasn't just survival for her. It was like she wanted to be profitable. She didn't want to work in the fields. Like it was more selfish than just surviving.
Like,
pretty
but
much.
still, she was
True.
also at least like I guess they were trying to, despite her other qualities, she still was strong and she fought, and she, even though she was crazy and was happy to trample on other people if she could get what she wanted, she fought and was
Yeah.
brave, I guess.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she wasn't
so
really
there's-
smart because she didn't know what she wanted and she didn't know how to get it.
Yeah. No, well, there's that, but still, I mean, it's sort of like you see her struggling at least and sort of overcoming it, even though she's doesn't know really what she wants. Yeah, so it's all very it's very strange film.
Yeah,
when you think
really
about
was.
it. I mean, it's really
And just so long.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unnecessarily long. There are like some of the scenes. I laughed a lot in this movie when I shouldn't have been laughing.
Oh.
I watched this-
Like when the girl fell off the
Dude,
fucking pony, I
laughed
was
so
cackling.
hard.
I was
hard. You laughed too.
cackling. I was
Dude,
laugh-
Naomi was laughing too.
I was laughing so hard, and I texted my friend, and I was like, "I don't think I'm supposed to be
Yeah,
laughing,
that's
but
what
I
I
just
said
I
too.
am." And then
When
she
it
was
cut-
like,
when
"What
the
are you
little
laughing
girl-
at?" I was
when
like,
the
"The
little
girl
girl
just fell off
dies.
the
Yeah,
pony."
dude, when it cuts to like the cross on the
Fantastic.
wall, because like she
Boom.
fell off the horse, and we looked at each other like, they're not going to kill the girl, are they? And then it cuts to the cross. We're like, holy shit, they killed her. That was so
Yeah.
stupid.
Right? I love it. I love it.
I laughed really hard at that part. Yeah,
I burst out
Wow.
laughing, knowing full well I wasn't supposed to be laughing.
yeah, that's not. You've been at the theater during that part back then when it was showing. You might have gotten some rude looks at that point.
That's funny. Why was that so funny, TC? Was it because the movie is so ridiculous and they just went
Yeah,
there out of
because
nowhere?
she fell off the horse ridiculously too,
Yeah.
right? She
Yeah.
like tumbled and just went head first. It was just like boom, just like
She did go head first. That was rough.
I was sitting here and I was like bitching about the movie, and then literally just couldn't control myself. I was laughing hysterically. I was laughing hysterically.
Best part of the movie.
And
Hilarious.
I was saying that. I was like, "That's the best. That's the best thing I've seen all day." Fucking jumping off the pony.
Were,
It's not
were
even
you
that high
sad,
up.
John, when that happened?
Yeah, I'm not gonna any idea of. I mean, it's hard not to be terrified that my 3-year-old isn't going to just like.
It was so
like,
bad, though, the way they did it.
No, I know, but
It was
it's
terrible.
Still, it's still there's still always this fear that your kids, just because I don't know how she survives day to day because of what I've seen her do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still trying to teach her not to run while looking backwards.
You would think it was a simple lesson, but it's quite hard to learn. I guess.
Yeah. She's had a couple of knocks because of that. We're trying to look. You look backwards and you run forwards, you're gonna fall over it. That's what's gonna happen.
At least you learned something.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think I still, no matter, even I can understand it being comical in the light of the movie, but you still can't. The idea of losing a little, just an accident happening is like too hard to contemplate.
I jumped a fence, Daddy. Watch me jump the fence.
I
And then,
know.
Don't let her
boom,
do it. Oh
sayonara.
no! Just like,
Yeah. Stop.
just like
Pa.
my dad. No,
Yeah. No.
Dad.
Yeah.
Boom. How's your face?
Telegraph that one coming
Turkey.
from a mile away.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't wait to see this thing fall off the thing.
I'm sorry, John. I'm really upset for you that you didn't get to laugh at this stupid
I
moment of the
totally,
movie.
I sympathize with that as well. No worries.
That's funny. Yeah, Naomi's
Yeah,
like,
it
yeah, you
was.
got to talk about how we're laughing hysterically at this part. Where you're definitely not supposed
I
to
was,
laugh.
Danny, we are kindred
Yeah.
spirits.
I
'cause
also
was
laughed
laughing too.
pretty hard when what's her name punched Prissy in the face because it was completely
Oh,
uncalled
she
for.
whacked her.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Prissy's voice, I could barely stand hearing
Oh, it's awful. The caricature of sort of like having her be so ignorant and just like almost subhuman. It's just awful. It's
Yeah.
just- yeah.
Agreed.
It's terrible. I mean, she's there, and again, she's there to be like for you to think, how
Dude, I honestly thought, I was like,
how
is she
ignorant and
mentally
stupid these
disabled?
people are. Yeah, possibly. But
Because there was that
that's
scene where she was like, she could have just been in shock, but she went to like go get the doctor and she came back and she was going real slow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she was like,
Oh,
saying
yeah,
some
that
of
was
the
weird.
stuff.
Again, the portrayal is like this is what black people are like, and that's what's really disgusting.
Yeah, that's what.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
mean-
It's like here comes this dumb person. That's
Yeah.
all it was. It was
Yeah.
definitely made to degrade them, not to
Yeah,
character.
that's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. What a
And then,
film.
I mean, really, and then when they kept having on the screen like this was a best time and this was a previous
Yeah.
great. Like I was just like, what are they talking about?
A time of knights and chivalry
A
and
time
slavery.
when white people really were white people. Like, get the fuck out of here with
Yeah.
that shit.
What is it? I want to
Yeah.
read the opening crawl here. Cause,
Yeah, what was the
Oh,
opening crawl? It
please
was
do.
something
Let's
about-
remind
yes.
ourselves about how
because
racist
I wrote a
this
note down
movie
being
is.
like, what the fuck? Are we supposed to like be pro South here? It's there was a land of cavaliers and cotton fields called the Old South. Here in this pretty world, gallantry took its last bow. Here was the last ever to be seen of knights and their ladies fair, of master and slave. Look for it only in books, for it is no more than a dream remembered.
A dream.
A dream. A
the
civilization
good old
gone
days.
with the wind. Like,
Yes.
fuck you, movie.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
terrible.
would love to see someone defend that in this movie.
I don't think you can.
I think people probably could. They could try.
Well, no, it's just the romance of it, just the idea of a fantasy of a place that's gone, and somehow imagining that everything was better then, and just being very nostalgic.
Because you
about
never had
something.
to work because you had free work for
Labor.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
So
they never said
there's-
one thing about that the entire movie. They just passed over
Right.
it. Like every time they could have been like, well, you know, it's easy because we have slaves, right? No.
Right.
They don't say that once.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, pretty aggravating. I'm getting all riled up now. I didn't hate
I mean,
it
it was
before.
1939, right? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, they actually the person who played Mammy wasn't allowed to go to the premiere in Atlanta
Right.
because there was still extreme segregation back then.
Jesus.
So who knows? I mean, at the same time, IMDb has only been around for 15 years. So no matter what people thought of this movie when it first came out, everyone voting for
Right.
this
This is still
list
this is
is
still a
recent.
modern. This is still
Just
put
goes
up
to
there
show
with
you who
classics.
the people voting for movies are on IMDb.
Yeah, and it makes
Yeah.
me feel like we all, which since we all didn't miss it, I just feel like we're missing something. Like why? You know?
I mean,
I just
we've
don't get
asked
it.
the question about a lot of these movies. This is just
Yeah, but this one's
bad
popular.
data.
This one's
This
popular.
might be again. It's still.
Where's it
very-
at now on the list?
yeah.
Do we know?
Yeah, it's at 158. So two more, or it's
Why?
one higher. It gained a spot,
Come off it.
and 250,000 people voted for this.
You know why it is? It's because all the teachers have Prime accounts and they're showing this to the kids.
Yeah, maybe.
in elementary school.
But
now.
why would you show
That's
this to kids?
I'm joking.
I know.
Bad
You're
word.
right, though. I think it's like ingrained or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again considered a classic, and so it does. It does.
Although I guess
yeah.
you could spin it now and be like, okay, kids, see, this is what people used to think. This isn't how we live anymore. But still, there's that weird, like, romantic shit in there that kids don't need to see. So I never quite understood that while we
Yeah.
were watching it as a young
Yeah,
kid.
that
but-
seems weird. It's like, oh, it's historical. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
Roots is historical. This is just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But it, anyways.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they mentioned like Gettysburg, and you're like, oh, hello, history. Oh, nope, we're back with her, and she's doing stupid stuff. This is
Yeah.
good.
This is not good.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. Why is it 4 hours long? I remember pausing it to go get beer because I was like, well, I was telling my friend, like, if I'm gonna finish it, I gotta finish it. I gotta go get more beer. I can't just sit here and be empty and watch the rest. And it was like an hour and a half to go. Like, it wasn't even like a little bit. It was like I'd gone through and I paused. I was like, Jesus, really? I'm halfway through and I have that much longer to go?
Yeah, we stopped at 2 hours in, and the next day we started up again. And like 20 minutes in, it was at the intermission. I was like, oh, seriously? We still have 2 hours left? No.
Oh, God.
No.
And I think I watched the shorter version because mine was 3 hours and 40.
There's a shorter version.
Well, it's just
Yeah,
it
there's
removes
a edited
the
one.
overture and the intermission and there's like a couple of musical interlude parts.
I was
I
so
gotcha,
hoping it was
gotcha.
removing like shit that we just didn't need to see, but I guess that does fall under that category.
Yeah,
right?
what would
But-
what would be less necessary to see than what was on the screen the entire time anyway?
No, just cancel out the whole movie. There's nothing you need to see here.
And I edited it. Well, it's in the trash can. Yeah, just say delete.
Hey,
It's good.
watch Gone with the Wind. It was 10 minutes long. It was fantastic. What? Yeah. They edited out all the shit that we didn't need to see. So it was just the credits. That's all we watched.
Sounds right.
What do you guys think about I'm gonna put words in your mouth. What do you think about the nonstop, relentless violin music throughout the entire time this movie was
Awful.
playing? Yeah,
Awful.
Yeah, it's expected. I
Too
mean,
much.
for that's I don't know. I've gotten used to, I complain about it all the time, but I was expecting it in this one. So
Because of that time period or what?
Composer, this particular composer was the guy who started composing music under people's voices. So he can be credited.
That was like a new thing at the time.
It was.
Well, I thought before he had the talkies, that's all he had was music. I had always assumed that when the talkies came along, that they still put the music there because the music was there.
No, it was
first.
harder
I
to
didn't
mix.
know that. Oh yeah, Fair
yeah,
enough.
with like all the shitty equipment back then, it was hard to like,
right.
you know. But he did it, just
Oh,
nonstop,
good for him. Thanks.
not unremarkable
appreciate
nonstop violins.
God, it's brutal.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was apparently at the time it was the longest music score ever composed.
Is
And
that changed?
probably still up there? I don't know. Yeah, apparently he had like 3 months to do it or something because he was like one of the top guys in terms of creating musical scores at the time. So he was like taking pills.
Ooh,
Tight.
what kind of pills did they have back then?
I forget what
Ones that
they
make
said it
you
was.
forget about how shitty this movie is, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. I'll score it. Fuck it. Just play it.
All
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody go once. Everybody go once. Everybody go once. And don't stop until I say so. 5 hours later, still drinking.
On a positive note, the matte paintings I thought were really nice throughout the movie.
Yeah. No, the
Okay.
scenery was well done. I mean, again, the scope of it and the way they always had these beautiful golden hour shots, or what is it called? Magic
Magic
what is
hour.
that
Magic
term?
hour?
Magic
You,
Golden hour
you said
works.
golden hour is very close to golden shower, John.
Golden
What's that?
shower when you're getting peed on.
Oh, is that what that is?
You're an R.
They had a
Kelly
lot of
fan, you
golden
should know.
showers. It was a weird movie. I don't know which one you guys were watching, but people were pissing on each other. It was strange. It said
And make a
directed
bad
by R.
director.
Kelly,
we
but
want
you
the
know, no
golden
big deal.
showers. What?
Yeah.
What do you want? You know, those showers that are golden.
The golden.
It's magic.
No. I think you mean
no.
magic hour. And don't worry, we're setting up the shot now.
No, it's a perfect time and it's raining. What?
What? Oh shit, man! I mean, we have to make some kind of light out of this movie.
I
Do
know,
we?
Yeah.
Not really.
I don't think
mean,
anybody,
I feel like
if you haven't seen this, don't watch it. There's no
I would
reason
never
to.
watch this again, and I
Yeah.
would never tell anybody to watch it again. And every time I've talked about having to do the podcast about this one, everyone gives me the face like, "Oh, why would you have to watch that one?"
Why would you sign up for this project if you knew that was eventually going to be the day that you were living?
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting to watch. It's interesting to experience it and just think of it. This was like something that was so well loved at the time and still is. I mean, but not, I mean, what did they, I mean, again, part of it is because it was a celebration of the South. So like, I guess like the governor of Atlanta declared a holiday and ticket prices were insanely expensive for the premiere. But yeah.
So
Just reading the different trivia on IMDb about it. Like that there was-
Sick.
tight, awesome,
That's pretty good.
sweet.
yeah.
Way to go, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, certainly if you live in the
That was
South.
so.
then
There was
you-
so much condescending
Yeah.
attitude in that statement. Yeah, way to go, Atlanta. Good job. Yeah,
Good for
Sure.
you.
But you can
Yeah.
see, I mean, if you certainly had some pride and whatnot, this film, I'm sure, would could speak to you and you'd really love it. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
don't have pride. I don't
I mean-
have self pride. I got no pride. Fuck this movie.
Did you guys think the credits were going to end before they ended?
I thought the movie ended like 4 times before it ended. Fade to black. Oh, great. We're awesome. And then, fade up.
No, more stuff.
And the thing is, too, there's no predicting the end because it wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, I mean, I was watching it on Amazon Prime, so I had a little bar whenever I asked for it. So I had a constant reminder, which was helpful. It's sort of,
Did you think the classic line, like the number one rated by like, I don't know, one of those movie industry list maker things, the best movie or the best quote from a movie of all time is from this movie. Do you know which
right.
line it
Frankly,
is?
my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Right.
Yeah. Why is that so good?
I don't know. Maybe the swearing might have been very shocking at that time. I don't know.
They made a
And-
broken hymen joke in this movie. I don't think that's as bad.
Yeah.
It's a weird
he
movie,
raped
man.
his wife. Saying
Yeah,
damn
that
isn't
was-
that bad.
I know.
And it put her in a good mood.
Yeah.
It did.
And she's a
I want to
freak.
be-
Yeah.
I thought maybe that meant she was going to blackmail him or something. I was like thinking she
she was
something
plotting?
in
No,
mind.
that's too modern.
Yeah.
She's like, I got him
she-
They're
now.
still too
Yeah,
afraid.
exactly.
Back then.
Now she's got him. Like now she can get whatever she wants because otherwise. But I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like
This is
she
back
had
in the
some
day where
kinda-
no one believed women even more than now. Like
Right.
a lot
So,
more than
but-
now.
Especially white
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta force your kiss on them, and you gotta do whatever you want to them. Oh yeah, the South was great.
I hate in old movies how they always have that like the women are always like much smaller and they always like throw their head all the way back when they're gonna get kissed and their neck is all limp and shit. And like the guy's holding them up by the shoulders and they just like smush their faces
And
into each other.
they rustle him around a little bit somehow too, so the neck flops a bit. For
Yeah.
some reason.
You're like, yeah, nice loose neck there. This is some good kissing we got going on.
How about how big the dresses were too?
Yep.
I'm not dating a woman in that dress. You kidding me? How long it's gonna take the damn thing off? I gotta take that off. I gotta take the other thing off. Hold on, don't put it away. You don't want to, wrinkle it. And there's green, there's white, there's pink, there's all this other bullshit.
made out of
Really
shade.
fucking.
I'm lost. I'm suffocating
Jesus
here.
Christ, man! Just get your ass in the car already, right? You can't even get in.
She was pretty good at it, actually. I was impressed. I was like, how are they getting? Oh, she got in. That was actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if you actually owned that dress, it'd be a lot slower. Since it's for the movie, they're like, oh fuck it, just destroy
ruin it. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
just
maybe.
ruin it. Right.
Because what is it? It can't be like, it's probably metal, the hoop part.
I was hoping you would have looked into that. How does it stay up?
Dude, there was so much trivia on this. I barely got anything good.
Oh.
I mean, there's a lot of shit if you want to read about it. The commentary is a hard pass. It is terrible. I
Oh,
watched
no.
more than half of it, and there was a period of 20 minutes where I didn't get anything out of it. I was like, I'm done. This is terrible. The guy
Whoa.
did the thing where he's just like, oh, this small actor right here, he was in this movie in 1932. This movie was about and also had You're like, oh, that has nothing to do with this movie.
Notice how she's dressed up as a Christmas present in this scene. She looks like, she's having a good time though, right? I mean, well, it was a great time. It was a great time. Next scene. That's what I would anticipate this.
He would also just describe what was happening in the
Right,
movie.
fair enough.
Like, what
Oh,
the
as you
hell?
can see here, she's moving from left to right
Yeah.
on screen.
She's going to talk to the. Oh, she's talking to her now. Oh, let us listen.
Look, there's an exchange and there's a smile. Look at how great
It's
was
like
that
play-by-play.
smile. Yeah, I'm hard pass.
She fell off the horse. She
Yeah.
fell off the
So
horse.
funny thing, she
Classic
was
comedy.
supposed to jump the fence, but she ate shit, and we kept it. That would have been the only good part of the fucking. Commentary.
Yeah. I thought it was weird how, and towards the beginning, I mean, this is just how I think just badly written, not like a complex character, just doesn't make any linear sense. She turns away food at the beginning because she's worried about her corset and shit. But then one of her major motivators later, like the second half of the movie, like the right before the intermission, she says, like, with God as my witness, I'll never go hungry again. And that super overly dramatic pan out shot or whatever the hell that was supposed to be for. But I mean, that doesn't make any
Was
sense.
she
Does
under
it?
did they give the tree one? Was that the tree too? There's like 3 tree scenes, right, where they pan out to her under the tree.
The last one was a tree one. She
The
was.
last one was,
I think there
a
was
at
a
the
tree, but it
first?
was like a dead tree in that one.
Yeah, it's like big tree limbs
Yeah.
sort of there.
And those looked really very pretty, like the
Yeah.
silhouette shots on the hills
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
think that was like the cover of the book though too.
Oh,
I think
really?
That was like, but I don't even know. Maybe now that is the cover of the book, but it was from the movie, so I don't know what the original cover of the book was like.
So it's safe to say that none of us have read that book.
No.
Tight.
We'll never.
No.
Okay, well, the original cover is just kind of plain. First edition goes for $1,700.
Sweet. Buy one.
Awesome. Can't wait to buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Did nobody
hardbound here
ever?
is like 3,500 used here. That's interesting.
Is it? It doesn't sound very interesting.
Yeah, I know.
But do, I
Anyway,
mean, is
so
there
you were
anything
talking
there?
About how, like,
Do you know what I mean?
she was like, what she was. Well, yeah, she wants to be thin but not starve. There's a difference, Denny. Come on.
Not that big of a difference. I don't know. I mean, I guess it might be just fear as opposed to, like, it might not be starvation. It might just be fear. Fear of starving. Because she's not afraid of starving
Yeah.
when she's starving herself. ...
Dot,
I
dot,
don't
dot.
know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Her character did weird things like being in love with Ashley and so quickly unbecoming in love and then switching to Rhett. She like falls in love with him in an instant. I don't know.
I don't know.
Baby born and there's a lot of weird tragedy. The baby born and then died immediately. They just like told you and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Am I supposed
Tight.
to feel about that? John, did you feel about that?
I didn't
No,
feel
it
anything
happened,
about that.
That one happened so quick that she was just down this. That was when she fell down the stairs, right?
No, that was towards the
So-
beginning. It was like,
Oh, where it was the sisters?
Yeah.
Or that was a little more kind of scary. And they didn't show much or anything, so it was
pointless.
Wait a
Why
minute.
why even
Yeah.
put it in there?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, tragedy. No? Okay, let's keep going. This movie's long. We got a lot of nothing to cover. Let's
Yeah, we
keep
got a lot
going.
more
Yeah,
tra-
right.
a lot more
we're,
stuff going on.
we're going for 4 hours, okay?
Yeah.
So leave it in. Don't worry about editing. Just fucking go.
The first cut was much longer than this one. It was like 6 hours long.
Oh my god! And can you imagine how brutal it was to like give notes on a 6-hour movie?
Yeah. Like, do you think they even had a meeting once and they're like, you think people are going to want to sit down for 4 hours?
No, a movie should never be what like a road trip to another state is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like that should be a hard rule. Okay, yeah,
A lot of cousin marrying going on in this movie. That was fun.
that was a weird thing too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're blood, we know each other. What the fuck is the matter with you, white people?
Yep.
Really? What's the matter with you people?
And like, you would think that was kind of in there to make these people seem worse, but it doesn't really do anything with that except for state it and have
Yeah,
it
no,
be very normal.
that was the dream. That
Yeah.
was the dream when you could fuck a cousin and fucking have a good time. I'm gonna get us in more trouble.
Yeah, maybe. If anyone's getting pissed off at that statement, they can go fuck right off.
I mean, really, that's some weird shit. The whole cousin dating thing. I don't know about it.
Yeah.
They actually did that.
Eh. Yeah. I mean, I looked it up briefly and it said they did.
Ugh.
I thought it was weird how during the barbecue scene, she would wander around and like brag about who the one person she was going to eat barbecue with was.
That was strange. Those two dudes were weird too.
Yeah. Hitting on her at the same time.
Yeah.
What was the end game there for those two guys?
I don't even want to speculate.
Nothing good.
Yeah. I had like 8 things come to mind immediately, and I'm like, can't say any of them. Moving on.
Do you know how old, what's her name, is supposed to be in the beginning of this movie?
22.
16.
16.
I read that.
Yeah.
Oh, at the beginning.
So there's
The
that
beginning,
whole thing.
beginning.
Yeah. She's still,
Damn.
she's, getting suited or whatever that word is. She's trying to get married at 16,
Right.
which I probably is fine, but still just another fun little
Factoid.
part that hasn't aged very well
Of
in this
weird-
movie.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Did you guys pick up on the broken hymen joke or mention?
I don't think I did because you mentioned it.
No,
And I
not
probably
really.
wasn't paying attention.
So she was walking up the stairs with some other girl, I forget who, and they were talking about Rhett for the first time because he was like giving her the really creepy eyes at the bottom of the stairs.
Right.
And the
Oh,
one
right,
person
right,
was
right.
telling what's her name, Vivian Lee, about him. And he said something like he took her into his house and after that she was ruined. And then what's her name? What the hell is this lead character's name? God damn it. Scarlett? Is that her name?
Scarlett, yeah.
Yeah, Scarlett. Whispered in her ear something, like you couldn't hear it. And then the other person like popped out and said like, no, but she was ruined just the same. Because it sounded like he forced her to do stuff. Like sexually.
Well, I don't know. I didn't go. Yeah, it sounded like that they had sex, but she didn't have a kid. Basically, I guess that's what I kind of took from that.
Well, then why would that? I mean, I figured it was dirtier because they had to whisper it or something.
Oh, I don't know. That's
and she was
dirty.
ruined,
That is
just the
dirty
same.
enough. Well, she's ruined because she slept with another man.
But you would have known if she had a kid because she had a kid, as opposed to the other thing
Right.
you would have to ask about. I guess I have
Yeah,
no idea.
but I don't know.
I could be very
Yeah.
wrong there, and if I am, I apologize. But that's what I
I
took.
think it was just not very well done, and the point was he slept with her.
Yeah,
But I don't know. That's all I figured.
I figured he didn't
Oh,
because
thought he did.
because you know what I was thinking. So I mean, like I figured that like maybe he might have like forced that weird kind of kissing on her for a while and then left.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you were just ruined her reputation.
Yeah, because the pencil mustache guy. It's never good. Nap time during parties. That sounds kind of nice, actually.
That sounds good. I'll
Yeah.
take that one.
Hey
Yeah.
guys,
Can we keep
barbecue's
that one?
done. Yeah, just
Yeah.
go upstairs, take off your
Go
giant
ahead,
hoop
take
skirts.
a load off.
Yeah.
No big deal.
We
We'll
got
have the
beds
beer
for
ready
all
for
you.
you.
Yeah,
right.
sleep next
yeah.
to all these people you don't know. That'll be fun.
Hey, you're tired. You
We're
know
doing
you are.
5 per bed. You guys okay with that?
Look, when you're wearing 4 dresses in one, you got to be dead by halfway through the day.
Oh, and you're outside all day wearing all those clothes. You have to stink.
In the
You're not-
South,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like you don't want to take your clothes off in front of other people. It's just going to be BO in that bedroom. Like so
I'd be
bad.
sweating all over the place. I'd have the pit stains.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what? What do you want me to do? I got 5 layers on. They'd be like, could you go out to another building and not sleep anywhere near us? Thank you.
Apologies in advance. I had 3 helpings of potato salad. Sorry.
And I'm ripe.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep going through plot points. What do you guys think?
I mean, you have
you
to.
go
There's
ahead.
so many bad things about this movie. We could talk for 4
Yes.
hours. Oh wait,
yeah.
Please, no.
Did you like the fling and cries, John? Did they meet your expectations for flinging and crying?
Yeah, it was so like it's so appropriate to the setting and the other emotional tone of the movie. It didn't really stick out at all.
So
Yeah,
even though your bar was super low, this being an old movie, it was still terrible.
it still wasn't good.
Yeah, it didn't really stick out. You know, the flinging cries didn't really stick out any further from the rest of the emotional crap that was going on there. So it's like,
Just really checking a box at that point, really.
Yeah. I didn't,
It's like watching soccer and watching
I
someone
don't think
fall.
I saw any. Did we see? We I don't know. Did she ever throw herself on a bed?
She did.
'Cause I think that's kind of like
at least one bed one. Yep. 100%.
Did
Was
she
there
put the
one-
hand in front of the face and everything?
Oh, she did that. Yeah, but I thought more was like to the wall. I don't know. If there was a real like fling, and with
She
Scarlett,
jumped
anyway, it was
on the
always-
bed in a heap.
It
and
was,
someone like helped.
but it was
her.
always fake with Scarlett anyway. So maybe that doesn't really count as a true fling and cry because she hardly
She cried on her wedding
cried
day.
for
That was
real.
nice.
Did she cry for?
She was
real?
standing up on
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
then
altar and she was crying.
Yeah, that was more, but that wasn't a fling cry. I'm just saying, like when she did the fling and cry, it was actually fake.
Dude, it was hard to tell.
like-
Her acting was so over the top. She could have been faking the entire time.
Yeah, but that's what makes it more believable. And I think in that sense is because nearly like the majority of the strong emotions she demonstrates are to manipulate other people.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it didn't count as true fling and cries in my book. As far as the movie, like the fling and cry is supposed to be like they're truly feeling that. Like that's really how they're.
You have to fling and cry from the inside. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay. The mere
Yeah,
physical
I mean-
act of flinging and then crying does not count as a fling and cry.
No, it's gotta be heartfelt fling and cry.
Yeah. I like it. So that means every other fling and cry movie, they really, really love jumping and crying at the same time.
Yeah. Well, that was this. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you guys confused about Tara or Tara? They kept saying like, I miss Tara. And I'm like, who the hell is Tara?
Oh, that was the land she grew up on.
Yeah, I did not pick up on that until much later in the movie. I'm like, we can rebuild Tara. I'm like, what is this going to become a cyborg movie? Who is Tara and when did they lose limbs?
Nice.
Yeah. All right, I want to hear some positive thoughts. TC, what was your favorite part of the movie?
When it ended,
John, what was,
Not skipping a beat.
what was your favorite part? I want to hear positive things.
I again, still the scope like that. I was a bit, not more than a bit impressed by the soldier, the sort of like Atlanta scene with all the soldiers laying there. My God, the amount of extras and work that must have taken. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, it's kind of the Ben-Hur sort of thing, you know, where you're like, wow, man, the scope of this.
Except for it being
people.
exciting and people going around in circles, everyone's just laying around on the ground.
Yeah, I know. But still, man, just the scope of that is to me is kind of amazing. That's like the old Hollywood thing, right? Where they just like, man, they would just
You're not doing that
blow
again.
a whole lot of money with a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
Um,
It's 1,000 extras and thousands of dummies.
right. Oh, were there a lot of? Yeah, that makes sense. Well, they were dead. They were playing dead. you
Yeah.
know, so
The
they
dead ones were
actually-
dummies and the live ones were like squirming around and stuff.
Yeah. But it still was pretty amazing. It still looks amazing, like even on the big screen or seeing on the big TV that I have and whatever.
You know what would have been
So-
even better though? If they didn't have the shitty violin music at that part and all you could hear was like the moans of pain of the people.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, it would have been awful, but it would have been, that's what it is. If you have all these people
Right.
dying on the side of the, in a street, don't make it like glorious and I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm still sitting here trying to rack my brain about positive things, and I just haven't been able to
Got
come
nothing.
to anything.
Did any part surprise you besides the kid falling off being hilarious? Did any part like, you're like, oh wow, that part really actually worked and we're back to horrible stuff?
No.
I thought the list in the paper where it was all just like killed in action.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
What
I
that
thought.
must have been like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah. See,
Is that
there you
really
go.
how they did it? I guess, yeah, that was sad. I mean, I felt bad because, no one wants to see anyone dead on
Yeah.
a list.
Especially that many people. And it's like everyone just like,
And I feel like I was
Hold on.
like, wait, why didn't Ashley get killed? Like, I mean, I feel like that's where I went after. I was like, wait, they
because
didn't kill that
he's
guy
the
off?
man, TC. He's the freaking
Oh,
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got that yellow hair.
That red kind of thing going
It looked
on.
orange almost, like yellow. It was
Is that
yellow.
you think? Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one go. So yeah, I don't know. I got nothing positive about this.
Well, that's
one.
good. Well, that's one. That was positive. It got you in the right way.
I feel like there were probably a lot of those things, but since it was 4 hours long, I can't remember them.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
You know,
I also thought the one scene of acting that I actually liked was the Mammy character when she was walking up the stairs crying because the sister was dying.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
That was
I really
pretty-
did.
Again, Mammy was the way I did like too the parts where she is just talking away to herself. Again,
It reminded me of like Disney movies, kind of, because I think they stole
context
that.
aside, it was talented. It was well done. The way that she was like playing her character and talking to herself, and again, she's playing the happy house slave, but whatever. Again, arguably, it was an impressive thing. She got the Oscar, or was she got an Oscar?
She won it.
right?
Yeah, she won it.
Yeah. So that might have been, again, some people like say that's like a big breakthrough in a sense.
Yeah. First black person in general
right.
to be
Yeah,
nominated,
yeah.
and then she won. That
Be
year, so
nominated, let alone win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of good, I guess.
That is good. Yeah.
I don't think I think she still had to sit in a segregated session during this Oscar ceremony. But anyway.
Yeah. Building going down, shot amazing. I'm just reading my notes here. Sorry, guys.
Building going down, shot amazing, huh?
It was amazing. That was like probably my favorite shot in the entire movie. Was the last shot of the
Thing was burning.
when it was burning and it came down and they were like riding in front of it. It looked pretty sweet. Are they eating? No, they're not. Prissy's. I thought it was. I laughed when Prissy said she was scared of cows.
Uh,
It's funny. I mean, it's kind of funny because it means that the cow like bit her at some point.
Probably didn't
No.
like her attitude.
Didn't like her high pitched voice.
Yeah.
It's very
Take your
grating to
stupid dress
cows.
and go away from the field. Thanks.
John, I didn't even think of that as being a bad thing. Is she scared of cows because she's stupid?
yeah, I don't know. Again, it's almost like comic relief. That's what her role is there almost, that gets, it's annoying.
I thought that scene was trying to be played as tragic because I mean they were like starving and she was she was panicking the entire movie. Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whips horse to death. I laughed at that. That was kind of funny.
The horse just sort of fell over.
Yeah.
Bonk.
She's like, "Hey, horse, go whack." Oh, it's dead. That's not good. They should have cut it open and crawled into it like
in The
Empire Strikes
Revenant.
Back.
Oh,
Or
I
like The
thought you were going to
Revenant.
go the Revenant.
Yeah. Yeah. So at least they could have stayed warm for the night or whatever. John, you don't like me making fun of this movie? Is it?
Yeah, I know, and it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay,
Go ahead,
okay.
keep going. Carry on.
Keep going. Hurry up.
Carry
hurry up.
on. Carry on.
Do you know what intrasate means?
No.
Enter.
Did you get that on your version, TC?
I have no idea.
Did you have an intermission?
Was there? I
was
didn't
it?
have an intermission on mine.
I don't think so.
You
No.
Yeah.
You had no
I don't
overture
think I
either?
did.
Wish I did.
Did
Wish-
you?
wish
No,
I
I
had
don't
a
think
forced one.
the Amazon version didn't. I don't think.
Oh, I got it on Blu-ray.
Ah, well, good. Did you buy it?
I bought it, and I'm gonna go throw it out in the street after this.
I think it was free on Amazon, so I just watched that one.
I wanted to listen to the commentary because there was a review online of someone reviewing the commentary track saying it was great. So I was like, "Oh, cool! I need to watch this then."
Oh
Just so I
wow,
have,
you got
you know-
bamboozled.
I'm gonna write this guy.
Yeah, write
Blu-ray.com
that guy and
reviewer.
say you guys are false
You are
statements.
wrong.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Unless you're
ruined
like,
my life.
unless you, I don't see how it's just a bunch of random trivia, like not on the movie. So I don't know. Carpetbaggers, new enemy.
Mm.
It stated that like we should agree that it was a bad thing, right?
I think it was. Yeah, there was the idea of like people from the North coming in to just take advantage of things. And certainly there were very bad people that were doing that as well.
Well,
So-
I mean, they were taking advantage of things that exist because the shitty things that were happening in the South are gone now. And now there are new systems in place that people in the North already know.
Yeah.
So they know how to do things. I don't know.
they
the way-
know how to be better than those.
They know
other
how to like make money without
people.
slaves.
Right. The idea was that though they also then took advantage of the people that were hard up and had no alternative but to say like sell their land or to get ridiculous taxes. I don't know. And that's the idea. That's the idea behind the term. But yeah.
Yeah, but how
okay.
is that a bad thing? Like the people in the South that are, the husbands and the wives and daughters or whatever should be screwed out of their houses that slavery built because the whole war was fought on that, So it's like, boo hoo, you're getting taxed. Move out of your house. Like you're a piece of shit. You shouldn't have a giant house.
Yeah, suck it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I felt like the movie was trying to like let you side for them. It's like, oh, they'll
Well, sure,
forget
of
that this
course.
is like, the whole background of this is slavery, but we'll just
Right,
pretend
right.
it's not. Yeah, like we won't mention it.
No, we're gonna do a love story. See?
Yeah.
And we're not even gonna do a love story. We're gonna talk about a guy who rapes a girl and it does this and that. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's a fucking movie.
She hates him. She hates him. He rapes, or he loves her. He rapes her. He doesn't like her anymore. She likes him, and he leaves. That's the end of the movie.
so
and they have
fucked
a
up.
kid, and that kid dies in a hilarious horse accident.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you put it that way.
Is the main part of the story that love story?
Yeah,
Is that what it's supposed to
pretty
be?
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
the relationship between the two of them. That's the actual story.
Yeah, Rhett and Scarlett. That's the whole thing.
But then if that was
Yeah.
the case, I agree that that's probably the closest to correct answer. But the first hour of the movie doesn't even have Rhett in it. And the first
No,
half
it's a
barely
build
has
up
him in it.
for like whatever world they're in, I guess. But it could have been done in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not 2 hours. He rapes me. He rapes me not. He rapes me. He rapes me not. He rapes me. He rapes me not. That's.
He rapes me.
And he rapes me. I'm happy. He raped me not. It's what the fuck is this movie?
I can't believe we're allowed to make jokes like this. If you think this is insensitive, watch this movie. It's what the movie has in it.
Oh, right. I mean,
Yeah.
we're making a joke because it's already on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is allowed. That is within the rules that we have created right now of this podcast.
I just can't imagine that these people, the IMDb users, are sitting there going, I fucking love this movie.
Yeah. 250,000 of them. I don't know. I bet a lot of them haven't even seen it. They just rate it because they're like, classic. I've heard of it before.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Let's see. Did you, Clark, what's his name? Rhett was joking about getting hanged with like a smile on his face. Was that because his character is cartoonish or because he's confident in his ways to get out of prison?
I think the
Wow.
latter. I mean, he plays that's the confidence game that he plays. I mean, that's his character. He's very sure of himself. Except for that one moment where for some reason, maybe because of talking to Scarlett, he decides to go and enlist and fight the war. But that seemed like a real quick turnaround for him.
Yeah.
But
The line where I wrote down just to mention this, there was a line in the movie where somebody says that like using convicts to do work is worse than using slaves to do work.
right.
Like it's just another opinion of like, oh, you're just going to say that and not say like, oh, because we're fucked up people, I did think that scene where Ashley comes in shot and pretends to be drunk and the cops are there was pretty good.
Yeah, that whole
That
sequence.
seems relevant because that probably happens now.
That exact same thing where they're
Yeah.
politically motivated meeting and they have a stakeout for it. And
Yeah,
you're like,
it's like a family idea, right? Like you don't fuck with people and you never call the cops, right?
yeah. The falling down the stairs part was pretty weird too. She was gonna
That looked
like
like it hurt.
tomahawk him.
It
Yeah,
looked like it
did.
kind of hurt. I didn't laugh on that one. I was kind of like, damn, that would suck. I mean, fall off a pony, you'll live. That you could die on the fall down the
You
stairs.
could fall off a pony and die if you land on your
Yeah,
head.
not as a kid.
I don't know if you land on your head, you probably
Well,
could.
the way that she landed, you're dead. But
Yeah.
like, no, normal.
Serves her right for being so unathletic.
I mean, I fell off a horse a couple times growing up. It hurts, but you're good.
Yeah. And then they mentioned that she has a baby. I mean, that it got really like overly tragic towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was weird how the father, when the kid died, was like up in the room with the kid for 2 days. Just the kid was
Yep.
out and like, I
In
don't want to
state
get too
base.
disgusting, but like it's 2 days with like a corpse in a hot,
Ugh.
house in the South. Like that's
Yeah.
weird.
Hanging with a stiff on a hot day.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's not G-rated stuff there. That's like
No.
disgusting,
Yeah.
That's like
stuff.
grab your cloth and put it over your nose. It stinks.
Yeah. What? All right. So I honestly don't remember the very last 2 minutes of this movie. What happened at the end of this movie? He leaves her, says the line, and then like it keeps going. And I think I just stopped paying attention because I was like, "Are you serious?" I thought that was the end of the movie.
Oh no! Well, she just talks to herself about how she's going to get him back, and then she's going to think about it another day, and then there's lots of whisperings and they're hard to hear over the violins as usual, about how the earth is like all these different quotes from the long duration of the movie about how she was part of the earth there and that was real where her strength was, and just sort of kind of conveying this message that she still has her land regardless of everything else, and that gives her strength.
And are we supposed to
So-
believe that?
Mm.
Because I mean, she was at her place when everything went to shit. So what kind of strength is she getting?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's from the land, the strength of the land. The dirt there.
The
See,
dirt,
John is done
the
talking about this
lands,
movie.
The dirt. There's
Sorry,
strength
man.
everywhere, no big deal. I don't know.
I got some trivia, guys. Like I said, skip the
Hit
commentary.
us.
Hit it.
Hit it. So the title screen where it was like Gone with the Wind and it was clear over the thing, this is before special effects. They had to get someone to paint giant letters on giant panes of glass and then use a dolly to dolly cart it at two different times because like you could tell it wasn't stuck to the background. So they just had giant panes of glass on little dollies and the camera on the dolly is in the background there. I just thought that was kind of...
I don't know if I noticed.
You know what I'm talking about, John?
Nope.
Just like when it
So
says...
what is it?
Just when it says "Gone with the Wind" at the very beginning of the movie.
Nope.
Oh,
It
okay.
says
That's
nope.
that's like glass on dollies.
Yeah,
that's being done.
painted
That's
glass.
impressive.
Yeah, it was kind of
Wow, that is impressive.
because you'd think like,
yeah.
oh, it's just double exposed film or something, but no.
Right, or it's animation or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
It's something, all right.
The mother character, Scarlett's mother, is 29 years old in this movie, and Scarlett is 25. So in real life, they're 4 years apart, and one's playing the daughter, one's playing a mother.
I feel like that happens now.
Does it?
Yeah. Blue Bloods.
So-
You ever seen Blue Bloods? They got
No.
homeboy that's like 10 years, not even 10 years younger than his dad. One's the grandfather, one's the father. I mean, it's obvious.
Maybe
You
one
guys are the
just
same age.
took better care of himself.
I think
than
in
the
real
other one.
life, they probably have daughters about the same age.
But yeah. It also, so she's 25. She's supposed to be 16, and the mother is 29. She's supposed to be 35. The Ashley character is supposed to be in his mid 20s, and he's 45 when they film this.
Oh, wow.
He's supposed to be in his mid 20s.
He did not look anywhere near mid 20s.
No,
Not even close.
no, he did not at all. There were two directors in this movie. One of them got fired.
Really? How
and
come?
worked. It was George Cukor. He got fired. There's a lot of different, reasons or whatever.
Uh-huh.
One was that he objected to the revisions that were made in the script, that he didn't get along with Clark Gable, that he was a homosexual, and the producer of this movie thought that he wouldn't be able to get straight relationships on film. So that one
Oh, God, how
is a
about that
rumor,
fucking
but I mean, that's
shit?
written. So, I mean, I don't know. He got fired either way. But Vivian Leigh, the girl who plays Scarlett, liked him a lot more because Victor Fleming, who is the guy who came on, this is actually kind of a little dual piece here because Victor Fleming did the first, majority of The Wizard of Oz and was pulled off it to work on this movie because they wanted to fire the George Cukor guy. And he's like apparently I don't know how to say it nicely. He was like a jock douchebag. I don't even know if that's like he was very manly and he would like push all the women around that worked in the movie and stuff, and apparently an asshole, and she didn't like him. So on the weekends, the first director she would meet up with on the weekends and work on the movie in secret, and nobody knew about that until like 10 years after this movie came out.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
they said in the commentary that this was the best-selling book of all time.
Is that true?
I don't think so, because I looked it up and like all the Harry Potters are on there, and like 50 Shades of Grey is on there.
50 Shades of Grey.
That apparently sold a lot of books.
Man.
So I don't know where that is coming from, but he said it. So
I never read 50 Shades of Grey. Did you ever read it?
No, I don't think you're supposed to read it.
As like a man or in general?
Both. I mean, it's supposed to be like smut, isn't it? It's like S&M sex stuff.
I mean, it can't be that smut if it's been the highest grossing book in our recent time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the movie was PG-13, but people got pissed because it should have been R.
How about that? You're into smut and there's no book, they think you're a pervert. You're not into smut, you don't want to see the fucking movie, and then everyone's freaking out that it's not perverted enough. What's going on here? I don't get it.
People are confused.
Pick
That's all
one.
it needs. Yeah. They made 100+ matte paintings, like the giant matte paintings. That's a lot
Wow.
of matte paintings.
That is.
Yeah.
You did a pretty good job. They looked fairly convincing as landscapes most
Yeah.
of the time.
They must have had some projection going on in some shots, though, right?
They did, in a lot of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. Kind of looked like it.
The first Technicolor movie, guys, was in 1935. It was called Becky Sharp. Did we talk about Technicolor when we watched The Wizard of Oz?
I don't know. But can you believe they still exist?
Yeah, it's crazy. So the way they do it, and hopefully this isn't boring to you guys, I thought it was pretty sweet, is there's 3 different cameras, and they all film black and white, but they have filters on the incoming lens, so it only records, one of the 3 primary colors, and then they take those 3 and they create matrices with the colors and like how much of this, like how black is the red film. And then they make color matrices and like go in and use a chemical process to like use those matrices and add the right color to the actual film. Does that make sense?
That does, and it's pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy way to do it. The only progression from that is that in 1949, some other company created a type of film that could do all three of those on one piece of film, but you'd still have to go to Technicolor to do the process because they were the only ones who could do it.
Kind of similar to how it is now.
Yeah, it's just still now. Like that's weird how
Still
they
got to go
it.
use Technicolor. No way,
Yeah.
ifs, ands, or buts about it. My friend Matt, who works there full time, might not be so happy with me, but fucking Technicolor, man.
Hey, it's pretty. It makes color happen.
I don't think they're doing that anymore, right? They don't do that shit
with
anymore,
digital,
right?
no, but with
No.
with film, you have
Right.
to.
Yeah, well, not even that anymore. I doubt. I don't know.
Don't
what
you?
I'm talking out of my ass. I have no idea.
I'm not
So-
sure either, but I mean, you still see the word Technicolor on the end of
I
every
feel
single
like they
movie.
probably just have a bunch of colorists on their hands, and they do
Oh,
a lot of
maybe.
the color work for HDR, et cetera.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that's not
probably
easy.
true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last thing is that large building that collapses towards the end of the fire. You can
Mhm.
see that's the I don't know what you call like the pyramid in King Kong, the original King Kong movie.
Interesting. I did not notice that at all. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen King Kong.
Yeah.
Is it on this list?
I hope not.
I think it's short.
Oh, well, in that case.
1933. Is it on this list? I bet it is. Oh, it's not. Hooray.
Hey,
Hey.
What do you know?
I got one little win for the day. Don't have to
Yes.
watch that fucking movie.
Phew, all right. Do you guys have more thoughts on this one?
Frua. As soon as Denny says Frua, then we know that there's no
Yeah.
more to go.
We did it, guys. Longest movie on the
Made it.
list.
Longest one.
God.
It's all downhill from here.
Whew, sigh of relief. Whew. I
And-
think we've done like 4 of the 5 longest ones too. So
And we only did an average podcast, so that's good. We didn't waste
yeah,
any
And I
more
don't know,
time than necessary.
Wait, was the Gangs of Wasseypur all together longer?
By
but
the way,
it was
I was
longer. Yeah.
just talking about the Gangs of Wasseypur with my friend
really?
here, and forgot how good that movie was.
That's a
even
great
though-
movie.
Yeah.
Did you watch it again, or were you just
Shout
talking
out to
about
friend. We're talking about Gangs of Wasseypur. There you go. No, it's just I thought that was great. I thought
Yeah.
Gangs of Wasseypur was
That
awesome.
was a really good one. If you want to watch a good long one, watch that one.
Yeah, well, because it's built up differently too, though, right?
Yeah. Or if what you were looking for is a musical about cricket set in India, go see
Lagan.
Lagan.
There you go. I also
Right.
brought that up too. She'll be laughing at me because I brought that up. I was like, oh, see Lagan too. I know stuff. I know
Oh, you've seen
things.
anything else? No, those are the two Indian movies I watched.
That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm still
We got a
just
few
white
more
dude.
on the list, so we're gonna watch a few more. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right.
So yeah, we're getting close to the bottom and top 50, but I think it came across pretty clear how we compare this one.
Yeah,
to other
yeah,
ones
yeah.
I
that we
think this
watched.
list doesn't really matter. So we're
It's
gonna,
okay.
you know,
It's an experience.
It's an experience and experiment.
Hey man, just experience, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the
Just sit back and try
journey
and
or
try and
something.
enjoy it, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can now say I've seen it because
I'm
Yeah, it was
glad I
fun.
can now say I'm fucking hate this movie, but you
Yeah.
know, whatever you gonna do.
as opposed to just thinking I'm not going to watch that because I won't like it. I guarantee it. And then watching it, be like, I knew it. Why
I
did
knew
I do
hated that movie. Why did I do
Yeah.
this to myself? Exactly.
Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, next week, guys, we're watching another old one there, TC. 1954, Dial M for Murder.
Oh no.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh God.
An ex-tennis pro carries out a plot to murder his wife. When things go wrong, he improvises a
Wait.
brilliant plan B.
Another Hitchcock tennis movie?
All
That's
right.
a good point. What the hell? Hitchcock was definitely not a tennis player. We can agree on that.
He got
I
cheated
was-
on by someone that loved tennis. That's had to have been what it
Yeah.
was.
Maybe.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
John Williams is in this movie?
Or is it the same one?
That's pretty common
Seems-
name.
yeah,
I
it
don't
seems
It's
know.
a
young.
different. It's a different one.
Seems
okay,
young.
never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, sweet. Thanks for listening. Dear God, why do you watch this movie? Go to our website, mission250filmcast.com. Email us at mission250filmcast@gmail.com. Like and subscribe on your favorite podcast app and Facebook and Twitter and stuff. Yes. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to be done. Yes. All right, guys. I'm excited for
All
next
right.
week.
Later.
See you guys.
Bye. Take care.